Welcome to Jersey's Best Podcast, a weekly deep dive into everything that makes New Jersey spectacular, bizarre, beautiful, sometimes annoying, but always the best. My name is Jeremy Schneider. I'm a food and culture reporter for NJ.com and the Star Ledger, and I'm also your host. This week we're talking about an irreplaceable part of daily life for so many New Jerseyans, Wawa, and QuickChek, or maybe both, but probably not both. We're going to get to the pros and cons of each spot and declare once and for all, in the name of New Jersey journalism, which is the greatest convenience store / gas station / food market / place I one day may be buried. Joining me today for this tale of the tape is Tyler Gyuirsin, a Wawa superfan who went viral last summer for his insane Wawa receipt collection. Only in Jersey, baby. Somehow, Tyler has collected deli receipts with order numbers 1 through 999, a feat that I both deeply respect and fear. Tyler, welcome to Jersey's Best Podcast.
Hi, thank you. How you doing?
Doing very well, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Tyler, before we get into this ultimate showdown, and I kind of have a feeling I know where you're going to land, but before that, please explain to me, how did you gather all these receipts, and does your family miss you?
I basically gathered the receipts just by going to Wawa a lot and going a couple times a day, getting lunch, breakfast, and they just started to pile up, and then I had a whole collection.
A couple times a day?
A couple times a day.
So you're going, I mean, would you, throughout this journey, and how long did it take you, would you say?
Couple years.
Yeah,
two or three.
So you're going, like, how often a day would you say?
2 or 3.
Man.
Sometimes more.
You ever get sick of Wawa, or you just, I mean?
No, they have so many menu items, so if I get sick of one thing, I move on to another thing.
I love that, man. I can I just shake your hand real quick? I have so much admiration. When was the moment that this went from, oh, I have a lot of receipts, to, oh, I gotta make this a collection?
I had a huge pile in my car's glove box, and I was going to clean out my car and get all the trash out of it, and I just had a massive, like 100 of them or so, and I was like, okay, I could do something with this. This is funny. I'm gonna see where I can take this, and I took it all the way.
You really did. Now, this process, was there ever a time where you're like, I got to stop going to Wawa, or maybe you weren't getting a number that you need? Because that's like, forget how much you love Wawa. This is a very specific, having to go get these numbers sounds logistically kind of terrifying.
It definitely took a long time to sort them all too. Like, I would spend hours a day just sorting through them, putting them in number order. Like, at the end of the week, or every 2 weeks or so, I'd go through each number and I'd sort them all. And my girlfriend at the time, she'd be like, she was like, oh, like, come give me attention. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I gotta sort my Wawa receipts.
Dude, the love of Wawa is more powerful than your love of any human being. I feel the same way. Was there one specific menu item that you got the most throughout this process?
I got the mac and cheese a lot, and a lot of coffees, a lot of iced lattes, and mac and cheese for lunch for sure.
All right, well, sir, I can't wait to hear more about this, but let's set up the situation. New Jersey loves Wawa. There's no question about that. It's basically a personality trait for a lot of people, but there is a legitimate argument to be made that QuickChek is the true New Jersey convenience store. The first location of QuickChek opened in 1967 in Nellen, and to this day, the chain is headquartered in White House Station, Hunterdon County, baby. And I have a personal connection to QuickChek because I grew up in North Jersey, and while there's plenty of Wawa in North Jersey now, back in the day that wasn't the case. But Montclair did get a QuickChek when I was in high school, and it was an awakening for me. It was the first time that I ordered sandwiches from a touchscreen. It was the first time I saw one of those the milkshake machines. Like people were talking about this milkshake machine. I felt like they were talking about like Greek mythology, like this thing that you put in a plastic cup and it brings you a frosty, delicious beverage. It was like 7-Eleven on steroids. It was right by the high school, so we'd go there for lunch when on lunch breaks, and it was just a madhouse in there. So I do have an affinity for QuickChek. Where are you at on QuickChek?
I definitely don't hate it. It gets the job done, I think, but I don't go there very often just because I don't have a lot near me. So I definitely have much easier access to Wawa.
So you live, remind me where you live?
Right down the shore, yeah.
Right down the shore. QuickChek is more of a Central Jersey chain. Yes, Central Jersey exists. First time we're going to say on the podcast. That is, Jersey Best Podcast is a firmly Central Jersey believing podcast. I don't think that you're alone in that feeling about QuickChek. I know a lot of people that love it. I know some people that like it better than Wawa. We're going to get to this, though. It's time to get down to business. Wawa versus QuickChek, the ultimate showdown. Picked out a few categories to use as criteria, and we're going to use this to determine which one is best. Wawa versus QuickChek, let's do it. First off, first category, the vibe. So, I mean, I'm just going to start us off. I went to both QuickChek and Wawa right before this podcast. Like, not only get us some sandwiches maybe, but spoiler, but to just check the vibe. And QuickChek for me, it feels sterile. It's too bright. If you had a few drinks, as I am wont to do, being in there is kind of difficult. It's bright on the eyes. It kind of hurts a little bit. I mean, I don't love the experience of going to QuickChek, even if it's nostalgic. I mean, where are you at in the vibe?
For QuickChek, I gotta agree with you. It is very bright. I have noticed that. It's also all the times that I've been in QuickChek, there's not always like as many people in there either. I went. It was the middle of the night a couple of weeks ago. I went there, but it was just like kind of eerie. Like there wasn't much going on. Whereas if I go into a Wawa at 2 a.m, granted I live in the beach towns, but if I go into Wawa in the middle of the night, there's all these people that had a bunch of drink that night, and they're keeping the party going in the Wawa. And I mean, this is my personal experience, but I've never experienced that in a QuickChek. So
I will say I've seen QuickChek be absolutely bananas, but that was back in high school.
I'm sure it does, but from my personal experience.
Yeah. And while I mean, I do think the vibe is better at Wawa.
Right.
Whether it's I mean, there are more people there. It just feels. I mean, I specifically looked at the lighting today when I went to Wawa, and it's dimmer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, everyone talks about being afraid of the big light at home in their apartments or whatever at their house. I don't want a big light overhead when I'm shopping for sandwiches and chips and stuff. It makes me feel like I'm kind of like it's almost. There's a scene in The Dark Knight where they have the Joker in the interrogation room, and they turn on the bright lights, and it's so
too much. Yeah,
I feel like that at QuickChek sometimes. Wawa, dimmer lighting, better vibe. There are more people there, and also it's better. They do a better job of keeping the shelves stocked. I think it feels. I mean, it's never depressing. When I walk into Wawa, it just puts me in a good mood.
Yeah, how do you? This might just be me, but I like the color tones a lot more. Like the red, the warm colors is a lot more. I prefer it to like the bright green and the jarring white lights, and I feel more like comfortable at Wawa.
I feel the exact same way. And look, QuickChek is cool, but Wawa, like I get excited. I will go out of my way to stop at a Wawa, not like on a road trip. For the vibe. Also, I mean, I think this is vibe adjacent. The bathrooms, Wawa bathrooms are pretty fantastic. I've rarely had a situation where I went to one and was like, ugh. And meanwhile, QuickChek, definitely the opposite.
I have never used a QuickChek bathroom, but for Wawa, it definitely depends which location. Like I've seen terrible ones and I've seen spectacular ones. So. That's location dependent. Okay,
we will discuss locations for sure, but as far as vibes, I think I'm giving the advantage to Wawa.
I'm gonna have to agree.
I think we're in pretty obvious case there. But let's move on to the history. This is interesting. If you haven't done research about convenience stores in New Jersey for a podcast, let me recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I could do a dissertation at this point. I've been doing so much research. But let's talk about Wawa. George Wood founded the Wawa Dairy in 1902 in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. But the first Wawa food market opened in 1964 in Folsom, PA, not New Jersey. That's going to come up. New Jersey got its first Wawa in 1969. So that's cool. But let's talk about QuickChek history. QuickChek started as During Farms in 1888, further back, delivering dairy products around Central Jersey. Again, Central Jersey exists. And the first QuickChek store opened in Dunellen in 1967. So if we're just going from history, not only is there more Jersey history on QuickChek's side, but it got to Jersey before Wawa. So, right. I mean, it's cool. They're both old chains. They go back. They're both dairy farms or dairy, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think you got to give the edge to QuickChek here, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there, just because it's they have roots in New Jersey that go back further. This is interesting. A little known fact about Wawa is before it was a convenience store company, before it was a dairy company, it has roots going back to the 1600s. And not a lot of people know this, but Abraham Lincoln actually worked as a lawyer for the original way back in the 1600s. He and they have some documents at the museum or near their corporate headquarters. They have a bunch of documents that Abraham Lincoln wrote for the company.
407 hoagies ago. That's
little known fact there.
This is why you get Wawa experts for your podcast, people. Dropping knowledge. We're talking it was just President's Day. We're talking historical knowledge. I had no idea. I mean,
this was back before they were even a dairy company. They go back hundreds of years.
That's cool.
They had other endeavors.
Abraham Lincoln, I mean, I bet you would have loved chicken salad subs from Wawa. But that said, Abraham Lincoln, he's all about Illinois. He's not a Jersey guy.
No.
If Grover Cleveland was involved with Wawa, maybe we would discuss that.
Not to my knowledge.
But I think if we're going with history, we got to give it to QuickChek, right?
Right. No, I agree.
Okay, but let's get a little more specific. Locations. QuickChek has more than 150 locations around New Jersey and New York. That's cool. I was honestly struggling to find any in New York, but their website insists they have some there. 150, that's nothing to sneeze at. But Wawa has not only has it more than 1,000 across the country.
They're doubling it.
Yeah, and they're crazy expansion. They have 300 Wawas in New Jersey. They're also throughout Florida, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, Washington D.C. They're looking to expand to Alabama, Georgia, and North Carolina. And if we're talking about Wawa, not only is Wawa has a bigger foothold in New Jersey, but a bigger national foothold. And that brings me to your next mission for Wawa. You've done the 1 through 999 receipts. What is your next Wawa mission?
So my next Wawa mission is to take a picture in front of every single Wawa location.
In the country?
In the country. It's proving to be very difficult because they're opening them rapidly, like multiple a week are opening up. They already opened Alabama. They opened North Carolina. They opened Georgia already. This year, they're pushing into Indiana and Ohio and Kentucky later on this year. I have a picture in front of one of the construction sites in Indianapolis.
That's cool. We'll count that one. Come on, you're expanding your horizons, man.
I'm basically, trying to keep up has just been impossible. Just every week there's more, and I don't go out of my way for them either. Like I just happen to take the ones that I happen to end up at.
Okay, so this is not you've not yet dedicated your life.
Not yet.
To when you did the 999, were you like derailing your life to go to these spots, or was it also in the flow?
So it started like in the flow, like when I just happened to, but then towards the end, I had to kick it into high gear a little to get it done.
Dude, I mean, I have so much respect and admiration, and I hope that you do it. I hope I mean,
eventually.
How many Wawa locations have you been to? Just overall?
I'm coming up on 200.
200. Oh my gosh, can we change? I have a fun job. I write about food and whatever for New Jersey. You're a Wawa connoisseur. We can trade jobs, man.
I'm not making any money doing this, but
that should change. Wawa sponsor this man. He's got the shirt on already. Unbelievable. So much respect. I cannot wait to eventually write this story when you go to every single location. But if we're talking locations, look, QuickChek has the Jersey centricness, but Wawa has they're doubled in New Jersey and they're across the East Coast.
More accessible.
Advantage Wawa, right?
Yeah.
It's at this point Wawa's kind of running away with it, so we'll see. This is maybe my favorite category, pop culture. Now this was a fun one for me to do some research on. So much research. Wawa not only had the cast of Jersey Shore promoting their pizza. When they released the pizza recently, they also had Philadelphia Eagle players in their commercials. My favorite, rapper Fetty Wap from Patterson had a song in 2018 called Wawa, and he talked about trapping out the Wawa. I don't know what trapping is, or I'm not going to pretend to know. Fetty Wap's currently in jail right now. We want free Fetty Wap. But the song was with Mustard on the beat. If you're going to do a song about Wawa, it only makes sense to have a DJ named Mustard on the track, right?
Wow, I didn't even know that.
That's fantastic. I love it so much. Wawa coffee was also a major presence in HBO hit Mayor of Easttown. Kate Winslet called Wawa a mythical place. I love all this, but if Mayor of Easttown is claiming you, that's Philly, right? And so I'm starting to wonder, is that too much non-Jersey centric stuff happening with Wawa? How do you feel about all these pop culture references?
There definitely is a lot of Philly background when it comes to Wawa and pop culture. Like when my tweet went viral, it was retweeted by the governor of Pennsylvania, like, and all the news stations that were covering it were Philly stations. So there definitely is a lot of Philadelphia claim to it.
Did Phil Murphy retweet you?
No.
Phil Murphy, come on, man. Stop governing and start tweeting. This guy, we need to get your priorities right, NJ.Gov. But no, look, the Fetty Wap song, the Jersey Shorecast, that was all very cool. I mean, Wawa is clearly, in all seriousness, it transcends culture in a way that it's hard to overstate. But QuickChek also has some pop culture references. In 1996, the legendary New Brunswick punk band The Bouncing Souls wrote a song called QuickChek Girl. And then in the 2009 song The Garden's All Nighters, Rutherford-based band The Number 12 Looks Like You sang, "The night jug handles as I'm swept through northern lights. QuickChek coffee is cooling down." Some very niche Jersey bands talking about QuickChek, which I in some ways I think that's even cooler than Kate Winslet or Fetty Wap or the Jersey Shorecast.
I think this one could go either way. There's definitely strong arguments for both sides.
I like your open-mindedness. Mm-hmm. So where you if you had to pick?
Oh man, I don't know.
For me, it's Fetty Wap's the
Wawa.
Yeah. He's the deal breaker. Yeah, baby.
I can't argue with that.
I said, hey, what's up? Hello, Wawa. I mean, so we're gonna give pop culture to Wawa. A couple more items here. Signature items. Now, this is gonna be controversial, and this is gonna be fun to talk to you about. I'm super curious for what you think the signature item at Wawa is. For me, it's the gobbler. The gobbler, it comes out around Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving sandwich. It's a variation on what I think Wawa is best known for, sandwiches. You got the turkey, you got the gravy, you got the cranberry sauce, you got stuffing. It's a mess. Mm-hmm. It looks gross. It tastes delicious. Where are you at on the gobbler?
You think that's the de facto signature Wawa item? If you had to pick one.
I think there's one more I have in mind that I think you're going to mention. I just think there's an argument to be made here. But where are you at?
What about the rest of the year when they don't have the gobbler?
That's a very good point. Because
that's only September to December.
What do you think? What would you say the signature item is?
I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on one specific one just because I feel like they have a couple. Like a lot of people go there for the coffee. That's a huge one. Their hot coffees. Definitely like their sandwiches. Like they have a whole the hoagie fest is huge in the summer. People, thousands of sandwiches. Like I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on one. Just like the soft pretzels are definitely one. A lot of people like the iced teas.
I love the iced tea. The green tea, very underrated at Wawa.
The soups and sides too. Like the mac and cheese is a good one. Like,
are you sure you're not a Wawa plant right now? You're doing a good job because you're not just completely talking down on QuickChek, but you're definitely talking up Wawa, and I would expect nothing less from wearing a Wawa sweatshirt. But no, for me, it's the gobbler or the soft pretzels. I don't know if I said this before. Today when I went to Wawa to get the sandwiches we're going to eat in a minute, I could not help but grab a pretzel. Mm-hmm. They're absolutely delicious. And yes, you can get pretzels a lot of places, but not everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it's a Philly-style pretzel, and it tastes unique. There's a certain like maltiness to it, and even like that thing could be on the rack all day, and you get it, and it's still soft. Are you a pretzel guy?
Yeah, they're cheap too. Like what, $1?
Yes,
$1 and
super cheap.
Some change. Another one I forgot to mention is the Sizzlies, the breakfast sandwiches.
Yes,
that's a huge one in the morning. I've never had one personally, actually.
You've never had a Sizzly?
No.
Man.
I just think there's, especially around here, there's better places to get breakfast sandwiches.
You're not wrong. Mm-hmm. You're not.
I've never felt the need to.
I respect that, but you don't think they're you don't think they're good enough delis to keep you from getting a Wawa hoagie?
There definitely are. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's definitely there's also the convenience factor of Wawa, and they're open all night. Like I'm up all night. So
for me, it's the convenience and the consistency. Mm-hmm. Like you pretty much know whatever you're gonna get if you order a turkey sandwich at a Wawa up in Bergen County, it's gonna be the same as you get in
Florida,
Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. It's consistent. It's relatively affordable. You can the customizability is. I know you can do that at QuickChek too, but Wawa, I feel like Wawa does a better job. I mean, I ordered sandwiches today, and I found the ordering experience better at Wawa than QuickChek. But we got, I mean, what is a signature menu item for QuickChek? I racked my brain. I tweeted out yesterday. I said, if I'm going to QuickChek, what should I get? And people said directions to Wawa.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And someone, it's just, I get it. And I mean, I remember getting buffalo chicken subs at QuickChek. I remember the Frio milkshake machine. But those are, I mean, you can get that at Wawa now. Like I mean, I think the kind of the deciding. I mean, if this this back and forth has been interesting, but what really sets it for me, what sets Wawa apart is we couldn't even agree on what their signature item was,
right?
And we can't even pick one for QuickChek. And like I mean, I have had people tell me they like the coffee at QuickChek better. That's cool, but
I've never had it. So
I had it's cup right over there. I had some QuickChek cinnamon bun coffee.
That sounds good.
It was fine. I really like the mint mocha iced coffee from Wawa. It's basically a milkshake, but
yeah,
I mean
too sweet for me.
It's very sweet. It is. It's a lot. But nah, when it comes down to it, if you can't pick a signature item, you don't have a signature item, and you can't win the signature item category. So whether it's, I mean, I'm gonna say it's the gobbler. For the
my answer's all over the place.
Oh, yeah, but and that's a whole other issue. But I think it's safe to say signature items QuickChek has a distinct disadvantage. Wawa has it has it all wrapped up. No pun intended. But if we're going to talk about Wawa and QuickChek, we got to talk about sandwiches. And on that note, let's eat some sandwiches.
Oh, wonderful.
We got some delicious selections coming right here.
All right.
Now, these are from Wawa.
Yeah.
And initially, I was thinking about doing a blind taste test, and I was going to be curious to see if you could figure it out because you're the Wawa expert. But I think we just got to keep it really real. You know, I've been talking Bobby Olivier, everybody. Sandwich handler extraordinaire / the best editor I've ever worked with. You know what? I'm gonna go. I've been talking about QuickChek a lot. I'm gonna break into. We got QuickChek turkey sandwiches right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna break it, and you feel free to take whatever. I mean, you know what? How do you feel about the turkey? There's no onions and no mustard. Tyler told me he doesn't like that.
No.
And I didn't tell him much about today, but I made sure that he didn't get a condiment he doesn't like. I don't know how. I love onions, but do your thing, bro. But I mean, would you like to break into the turkey as well?
Yeah. I've never had a QuickChek turkey sandwich. I've only ever had the Italian.
No. Well, let's give this a shot.
We just going for it?
Yeah.
All right.
Some podcasting ASMR for you. Sorry, Dwayne. The first thing that hits me is the bread. It's like, I like soft bread, but this feels a little too soft for me.
Too soft, do you think?
Well, I mean, it's not bad. I don't hate it.
I'll go for another bite.
Get in there. Like I mean, look, I've had plenty of QuickChek sandwiches before, and this is fine. It gets the job done. If it's late, really, jonesing for a sandwich, I'd get this.
It's hard to mess up a turkey sandwich.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's a very good point.
It's fine.
Let's now compare that. We have Wawa turkey sandwiches right here. That's better. Like, the QuickChek one wasn't bad, but this is good. Like, the bread is substantial. Talking with my mouth full. The turkey has, I mean, it doesn't feel like generic cold cuts. It has a little more flavor to it.
It does have more flavor. I was just gonna say that.
Any more thoughts? I mean, I find myself fighting the urge to scarf this whole thing down on camera right now.
That's a good sandwich.
It's a good sandwich. I'm gonna take one more bite. Sorry. Got some lettuce on my. Where are you at on tomato on sandwiches? This is an aside.
Tomato. I like tomato.
I put it on it just because I feel like you didn't want onion. We gotta have something on the sandwich. But
yeah,
I could.
For sure.
I do. I like. I mean, you just looking at these tomatoes. I mean, just on the eye test, the tomatoes from Wawa look riper and better. Those. Those look a little limp.
Let's take this part. let's
doing some dissecting the sandwich.
Yeah.
This was not scripted. This is man.
Yeah.
So the tomato from
This is more red.
hold
more
up to the
red.
camera. Hold it. Let's QuickChek. Wawa.
This is Wawa.
Yeah. I mean, we take great pride in our tomatoes here in
I don't know if
Jersey.
the color comes up on camera, but the Wawa one's got more red. Looks better.
Oh man, look. Do we want to? Should we got these Italians too?
Okay.
Let's give these a rip
For sure.
just for the culture, for the subculture. See what I did there. All right, let's go back to QuickChek.
Okay.
QuickChek Italian. We've already done a little dissection of the tomatoes. We're not going to dwell on that.
Should we dissect the lettuce next?
All right, this is the QuickChek Italian sub. I don't like that.
No?
It just tastes like a salty slab. Oh. I mean, Italian sandwiches are not my favorite sandwiches anyway. I've never said that in public, and please don't kill me. I like them fine. This is not a good one, I don't think. What do you? I mean, it just tastes like kind of all one note, just salt and mush. Where are you at on this one?
Definitely getting the mush. I think it has decent flavor though.
Job, dude. So you like the flavor?
I think it's not bad. Yeah.
Okay. So, would you say you like the QuickChek turkey or Italian better?
Probably the turkey.
Let's wrap this up. The sandwich portion of this segment, the sandwich segment, the Wawa Italian hoagie. Audible. I'll tell you no, man. I've been leading this. Give me the expert perspective on this Wawa sandwich, this hoagie.
I think they're both good. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Italian sandwiches. Mm-hmm. I would be fine with either of these if you handed me them. I don't know. I'm gonna take one more bite of each.
A true scientist. For me, the Wawa flavor. I mean, the construction of the sandwich is better, which is not surprising because we already established Wawa has better bread. But the
meat of the Wawa one definitely has more flavor.
More flavor, more pronounced. Like, I feel like I'm going through the layers. They haven't congealed into one, cured death meat.
Yeah, definitely more flavor in that one.
So, I already went into this thinking that Wawa has better sandwiches, but we just did side-by-side comparison of two classic subs, hoagies, whatever you want to call them. And, I mean, I think you're a little less divided than I am, but for me, this further cements Wawa as the superior sandwich destination.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, this isn't terrible, but it's, the Wawa one is better.
Mm-hmm. So we've broken this down to several categories, and Wawa came out on top convincingly. I give QuickChek a lot of credit for. I think you cannot understate the importance of being more Jersey centric, and New Jersey is the only state that claims QuickChek because there is QuickChek in New York, but it is based in Jersey. The majority of them are Jersey. I'm about to have an Italian burp. And that's awesome, and I respect that. And look, you can't overstate that or understate that. But I just like Wawa better. I think there's more of them. It's more consistent, more options, better options, more of a part of the culture, and we're sharing it with Philly. I think you can make the argument, and it's the biggest case against Wawa, is that Philly takes as much, if not more, pride in Wawa than we do. And look, we can share them. Like it's that good. But I just think it's worth noting. How do you feel about the Philly sharing Wawa thing? I know we talked about the Pennsylvania governor, or was it Pennsylvania governor?
Pennsylvania governor, yeah.
Which it was Shapiro?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't know anything about Pennsylvania.
No. I respect that. A Jersey boy, true. But if we're gonna break this down, I think we got to give the advantage to Wawa overall, right?
I agree. Yeah.
QuickChek.
You can't go wrong with a Wawa sandwich.
Can't go wrong with Wawa. I gotta have Wawa, as they say. I have great admiration for QuickChek being a Jersey company, but Wawa is just better. There you have it. The scientific, journalistic, final proclamation in the great Wawa versus QuickChek showdown. Wawa comes out on top, pretty convincingly.
Yeah. No, can't argue with that.
Well, Tyler, before we let you go, thank you for coming. Before we let you go, we need you to complete the Garden State Gauntlet. It's a rapid fire series of questions that for you and for you alone will be about Wawa. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm kind of intimidated by that. Rapid fire. All right, let's do it.
So you got this. Let's go. Garden State Gauntlet, Wawa edition. Boom. Tyler, favorite Wawa menu item?
Mac and cheese.
Wow, you were ready with that one.
Yeah, love the mac and cheese.
I was late to the party on the mac and cheese, but it's really good. They do a good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
Most overrated Wawa menu item?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go with the Sizzlies for that one.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so I've never had one actually.
I respect the honesty.
But I don't know. I just think there's better places to get breakfast sandwiches, and I mean I don't really see the appeal to them. They sit in the heat lamp for hours at a time, and I don't know. I've never felt compelled to get one.
That's a very valid point. Most underrated Wawa menu item. I'm very curious for your perspective on this one.
Most underrated. I don't know if it's like underrated. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the pizza.
Pizza?
That just came to mind.
Oh,
I forgot they had pizza.
I wanted to talk about pizza with you from Wawa because I went all the way to Philly when they were testing it, and it was great, but I feel like they lost something in the rollout. It's not as good as it used to be,
think?
I don't think. I'm a pizza snob, and I'm here for all kinds of pizza, but I'm glad you're a fan.
I'm not gonna go out and say it's the best pizza ever, especially around here. There's plenty of places to get like real good pizza. But after like midnight, after you've had a couple drinks and there's nowhere else to get pizza and you really want pizza, it's good.
That's very well said. Favorite Wawa location?
Favorite Wawa location? I really like the store down in Wildwood. I don't know if you've seen it.
The OG one?
The retro.
Yeah.
It's like blue, and it's just got a different vibe than the other ones. It's unique, and I like that.
Every time I'm down in Wildwood, I make sure to check that one out because it's such a cool location. What is the worst Wawa location?
I don't know. It's hard to say because they're all very similar. I am not the biggest fan of the Florida stores. I can't put my finger on why, but there's just something different about them. And I don't know. I always have like less than subpar experiences there compared to the ones up here.
Have you been to a lot of Florida Wawas?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Probably like 50 or 60 of them.
Wow. Wait, do you snowbird in Florida or something? Do you have family down there?
No, I spend a lot of time in Florida. I hate the cold weather. I'm really big into theme parks too, so I'll go down to I have passes for all the parks down there.
Very nice. Okay.
So, yeah.
But there's just something different. There's something missing or something
yeah,
off.
I couldn't tell you what it is though.
I got to tell you,
just the vibe is different.
We talked about vibe before. I've spent a decent amount of time in Florida. I've never been to a Wawa down there, and I like that it's there, but it also would feel kind of weird. It'd feel like eating like a Ripper down in Florida or something, from Rutt's Hut. Like just like you're in the wrong place for this type of food. But that's a very interesting perspective. If there's one thing you would change about Wawa, what would it be?
One thing I would change about Wawa. Years ago, they used to slice all their own meats, and the sandwiches used to be even better than they are now. Everything was just like a little bit more fresher, but since they've been like expanding a lot, they've tried to make it focus on faster service and getting them out quicker. So I mean, there has been a little bit of a quality decline when their expansion plans started to take off, but I mean it's still fine. I think I would just like to go back to maybe like 10-15 years ago.
Damn, he's nostalgic for the good old days of Wawa. I feel like I've noticed that as well, and I love that there's now a Wawa I live in Jersey City. There's a Wawa right in Kearney that I can go to really quickly. But as they've expanded, there has been a slight dip in quality, I think. So you've been to Wawa. Remind me how many times you've been to a Wawa in your life, you think?
Too many to count.
Too many to count.
Couple thousand. Who knows?
You're going to Wawa today for the last time in your life. You're never going to go to Wawa again. What is your last Wawa order? Take me through it.
My last Wawa order ever.
Yeah, you're getting.
You're
going all out. You're getting snacks. You're getting a sandwich. You're getting Well, if you could only have Wawa one last time, what are you getting?
I don't know. I can't really think right now. I'm full from all this. I'll probably get a milkshake for dessert, and that's it.
Well said. Well, that's a wrap, or I guess you could say a sub, on this episode of Jersey's Best Podcast. Thank you so much, Tyler, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is cool.
Godspeed on your mission to go to every Wawa in the country. I hope to join you at one in another state and write a cool story about it.
For sure.
Thank you to our audio producer, James Shapiro, our video producer, Dwayne Uzaro, and our executive producer, Bobby Olivier. If you have any questions, episode ideas, guest suggestions, or just any thoughts at all, please email us at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com. Please remember to like, subscribe, leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts. Really important for new podcasts to get these reviews and likes. So we're trying to make this big. Please hit 5 stars or whatever they say on the internet these days. Tune in again next week for the latest episode of Jersey Podcast. And remember, Jersey forever.
All right.